Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this was the last week that we did on here, which was ended up going up super late because I didn't do the voiceover for it until the last minute. So we're gonna go ahead and start on the last part of June, first part of July. So we're looking at the 26th through the 2nd. And this is the kit that I picked. It is a Scribble Prints Co. kit. It's actually a strawberry birthday kit, which works perfect for my daughter because my daughter's birthday's on the 30th. And she adores strawberries. So let me zoom you in really quick and show you the kit. And then I will start the voiceover. So I have to do this super early in the morning to get decent light. So here's the full boxes, the sidebar. I'm not sure when this was from. I'm trying to remember. It's obviously one of the... Sorry, I'm on a new setup and the cats like to jump off of it, so if everything just shook for you, I apologize. But it's the new layout, so I don't think this is a super old one, but I don't know if it's like brand new or not. But either way, it works really well for my daughter because her birthday is on the 30th, was on the 30th, and she adores strawberries. So the fact that there's actually birthday stuff in here is just perfect for her. Makes all of her dreams come true. Okay, so this is the whole kit. And I'm going to go ahead and start the voiceover portion now. So I will talk to you in a minute.
Hi guys, welcome back to the voiceover portion of the plan with me. I have the planner sitting next to me, so hopefully I will be able to keep up well with my plans. It looks like I did a terrible job on the sidebar, just for a heads up FYI. So it is mid-August. If you can hear the wind blowing through the house or my fan, I apologize ahead of time, but it's hot. And even living in the Pacific Northwest, where we don't have ACs in our homes for some very, very unimaginable reason, my house can't take having all the ACs on at once, and so my AC is off because my daughter's AC is on. So I live on the peninsula side of the Pacific Northwest. I live directly across the water from Seattle. So I'm in between Seattle and the Pacific Ocean. There's a bunch of military bases over here. My husband's in the Navy, hence why we live in the military base. And apparently they don't think that we need AC here. And I am fully understood that we don't need AC here for about 8 months of the year. But there's that 3 or 4 months where we really do need AC. And this is the hottest part of the summer for us. Mid-August to mid-September is the worst time for us. But we live in military housing. And if they are nothing, they are cheap. We do not have central AC. We barely have heat. The heat, when we turn the heat on, upstairs it gets boiling hot. Downstairs it stays nice and cold because it does snow here. And then to top it all off, they tell us, oh, go ahead and buy your own AC units. But they have to be the freestanding AC units. They can't be the kind that hang out of the window because it's a liability thing for us to have them hanging out of the window. They might ruin the house. So we're not allowed to have the normal AC units in our windows. So we have 4 of the little standing ones that sit in your room that like the exhaust goes out the window, but it's not like a in-window unit. If you live in a house with an in-window unit, you'll know. We had some when we were living in Connecticut, and we couldn't afford very many of them, so we always put them in like the master bedroom, and everyone would sleep in our room. But this lovely home does not have the circuit breakers for the AC units. And so me and my daughter are on the same circuit board. So if I do my AC at the same time she does her AC, will pop a fuse. My boys, again, are on the same portion of the fuse box. And if they turn on both of their ACs, they can't be on their computers. Because if one of them uses a computer while both of those ACs are on, they will pop the circuit too. So the best we can do in the house is have one person on AC and then one person on fan. I do not have either of mine on at the moment. I probably will turn my fan on here in a little bit, but I figured I'll just be hot while I do this portion. Luckily, it's not super hot today. It's the hottest time of the year, and I'm done with being in the heat. I've been living in the heat for way too long. So this is a strawberry. I like my segue here. I don't even make a segue. I just immediately switch. But then I make an odd segue, and then we keep going because my brain doesn't work very well. Alright, so this is the strawberry kit that I picked out for Lisa's birthday. She made a comment, and I can't remember what it was, but I don't think it was very complimentary. Because I was like, look, it's strawberries. And she's like, yeah, and I can't remember what she said about it. She liked the one I picked up for her birthday day. I also didn't mention, this is my dad's birthday too. My dad's birthday is on the 26th, which was Monday. And then my daughter's birthday is on the 30th, which was Friday. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a really cute kit though. So I put the overlays down on the bottom washi before I put the bottom washi down. Now I'm going to do all of the glitter headers and put the little strawberry overlays on those too. I don't do this for all of my kits because not a lot of my kits come with this many extras. And I broke. I don't buy the extras. If I'm going to splurge and buy something, it's going to be script stickers because my handwriting is legible. I can't really say much else about it except for the fact that it's legible. So if I'm going to spend money on stickers that are not necessarily necessary to the kit itself, it's going to be script stickers because I want those. I actually just bought some from Station Stickers. La 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 la. But A, they're not here yet. And B, it was like a mixed grab bag. And it's like all the oopses and stuff. So hopefully there are some good ones in there. But I always end up getting things like coffee. Dude, I don't drink coffee 99% of the time. If I'm going to drink a beverage that is caffeinated, it is going to be like a Dr. Pepper or it's going to be tea. I love tea. I drink it all the time. I'm trying to figure out how to make it better because I've got a lot of loose leaf tea, but I just can't make it so it tastes the way I like it. There's this girl that I follow on TikTok who is like tea time girl. I think her name's Emily, and she does these tea times every single day on TikTok, and she's got like 400 loose leaf teas, and I'm just like, can you come over to my house and show me how to brew my tea? Because I always mess it up. I don't know if I'm putting in too much. I don't know if I'm putting in too little. I don't know if my water's too hot. I don't know if I'm leaving it in too long. All I know is that I cannot make a cup of tea for the life of me, especially iced. Like my mom used to make like sun tea, and then I read that sun tea is bad for you because it harbors bacteria because you're sitting it in the sun for too long. Blah blah blah. Oh look, my battery's going dead. Hopefully my battery will hold out while I do this. It's normally pretty good. It can usually take that 10% for a while. So I tried to making sun tea once, then I heard it was bad for you. I didn't want to give my kids like botulism or anything weird. So I don't make it. But I can't figure out how to make a decent cup of iced tea. So I buy tea from the store and then I like flavor it myself. So I have like peach and orange and strawberry and raspberry and cherry. I have all these different flavorings. And I love like going to Dutch Bros and getting these uber flavored black teas from there. But you can't really taste the black tea. It's just all about the flavoring. And I'm like, I can do that at home. Look, water, flavors. Do I still go? Yes. Do I still buy it? Yes. Is there probably a better use of my money when it comes to something like that? Also, probably yes, but it doesn't change the fact that I don't care. And I'm not even sure why I got off on this tangent. This is my brain. My children think I have ADHD or autism because they do. And they say it's hereditary, and 9 times out of 10 hereditary through the female. And apparently they've been saying things like, well, did you know that this isn't normal? And I'm like, but I've been doing that my whole life. And they're like, yes, we know. And do you have any idea how many times I've been told that by my children? Oh, well, I do this, this, and this. Well, congratulations. Isn't that normal? And they say, no, it's not normal. So apparently my distractibility is not normal. Apparently the way I talk is not normal. Apparently the way I fidget and play with things is not normal. Apparently the way that my ankle will roll when I'm walking down the street is not normal. Apparently my inability to drink water without getting a stomachache is also not normal. I don't understand these things. This is my life. It's normal to me. But my daughter came in a little while ago and told me it's not normal when you stand up and black out. I thought it was normal. She's got a list of things that she thinks we have, and every time she goes to the doctor to ask, the doctor does the whole, I'm sorry, you're female and fat. You must have to go on birth control and lose weight. What? Anyways, so we are, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm so sorry. I hope you don't come to me for educational purposes. I hope you come to me for the literal blabbering. So this was supposed to go up today, and I'm only now doing the voiceover, so it'll go up a day late. Hopefully it'll be up by tomorrow. I'm going to blame my husband because that is the easy target. I do not know how to do things like playing with me's and voiceovers and editing and filming, for that matter, when my husband is around. He is really good at distracting because he wants to go do things. But he doesn't want to do the same things that I want to do. I want to go to the gym, maybe go for a hike. I want to clean out the garage. I need to clean out my closet. I want to put up another bookshelf in my room. I have all these things that I want to do, and he does not see eye to eye with me on those. And 9 times out of 10, he's like, hey, let's go do something obscure. Or, hey, let's go make money together. What that means is I'm going to sit in the car for 4 hours and do nothing while he delivers. Which, don't get me wrong, I like having company when I deliver too sometimes, but then I realize that I can listen to my audiobooks while I deliver, and I can get through an entire book in 2 days. It is amazing. Like yesterday, I was listening to the London Seance Society. I had started it a while ago, but I was not in a Victorian mood because I had already listened to like 5 Victorian books that month, and I couldn't do another one. So once I realized that this was based in Victorian times, I'm like, I will come back to it. And that was like 2 months ago. So I've just now got back to it. For one, the library hold that I had on the original copy got sent back. And then a couple people had it. And then it finally comes back to me. And it was about to expire again. And I was like, I really need to do this. I need to finish this book. So I started listening to it yesterday while I was delivering. And now I'm like 60% of the way into this book. And I can only do that when I'm delivering by myself. When I'm at home with my husband, he always tries to do things like talk to me and do like date stuff. So I can't do things like film, edit, and read. It's quite disturbing to me. Let's be honest here. I do love him. I just find him a block to doing the things that I want to do that I normally do by myself. I married a gamer for a reason. Sit your butt down at your computer 5 feet away from me and play your games so I can read. But no, he seems to think that he's too old to be playing games now and that he needs to go do something productive. I disagree. Highly, highly disagree. When you marry a gamer, you expect that gamer to be a gamer for the rest of his life and not just whine about not having time to play games. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Anyways, we are almost done with the base layout here. It looks like I'm putting in all of the full boxes now. The pretty boxes now. I still had quite a few left over at the end of this. But I think they were all so cute. I love that there were so many happy birthday ones. And I love all the strawberries. It was just, I liked it a lot. My daughter was kind of, meh about it. But I purposely did pick out one for her. So if you look on the Friday under my hand, I have a pretty little blonde girl in a strawberry dress, which is my daughter. Because you buy her anything that's strawberry, like she loves strawberry dresses. She thinks they're the cutest thing in the entire world, and every time we go to a store and she finds a strawberry dress, she has to try it on. She 9 times out of 10 won't buy it because she doesn't like the way it looks on her, or it's too expensive, or whatever. But she loves all the strawberry stuff. So I think it's cute, but who knows. Side note, I always have the horrific need to yawn as soon as I start doing the voiceovers. I can be wide awake. Okay, well, not wide awake. I don't exist in wide awake. I don't know what that feels like. I could be as awake as I'm going to get. And immediately I want to yawn the moment I plug my microphone in. So I realized that my Mac likes to automatically set, not for the microphone that I have plugged into it, but for its personal microphone. So I have to make sure I go through and check and fix it. Luckily, I remembered this time because I didn't know to do that last time until like halfway through. And so I kept testing it out and trying to figure out why it didn't sound like it was coming from my mic. Because it wasn't. And I had to go in and change a setting on it. And even though I've changed the setting, it automatically resets every time I do a new one. So if you ever don't sound like this, and it sounds like I'm talking from a mile away, it's because that's my computer picking it up. Side note, we went hiking a week ago on Sunday and decided that we were going to make a stupid podcast and have the dumbest name ever that I absolutely love. And it is Fatties Frolicking Through the Forest. And we thought it would be so funny that we actually went and checked to see if we could get this domain name, and we have like a shortened version for like the podcast because it was too long. But all of the like naming sites let us put this name in, and so the actual podcast name that you have to look up is slightly shorter, and I can't remember what it is. But yeah, at some point in time in the future, you guys may find out that I have a podcast called Fatties Frolicking Through the Forest, because we were hiking and we are all of a rounder shape, and we're huffing and puffing as we were hiking through the woods and laughing hysterically, and I thought that was the funniest name in the world. So now it's my podcast name, even though I don't have a podcast, because I don't know what I would talk about. But it doesn't stop me from having the podcast name saved for later. So if you have any ideas of what we should put on this podcast, let me know. I don't want to do like the whole Reddit thing that everyone's doing right now, even though there are times that I think that going to Reddit for stories would be fun. I just don't want to make that our usual, if that makes sense. Like a once in a while, it would be perfect. But for like an everyday, every podcast thing, it's not. I listen to Morbid right now, is one of my favorites. And then Digging in the Duggars or something like that. It's a podcast about the Duggar family where this woman, I think her name's Whitney, digs into the Duggars' past, and her husband, who's never watched any of the counting shows, specials, none of that stuff, is going along for the ride with her. And so she's seen them all originally, and then he hasn't seen any of them, and they go through it together. And then once they get into like the episode by episode, they do a deep dive. And they go into like the history and stuff. And I'm thinking I know a lot about the Duggars because I remember when all this stuff was coming out. I remember watching them and thinking, how can Michelle be so calm, cool, and collected when she has that many kids? How come her kids listen so well? Because my kids don't listen for crap. When they're at home with me, they are holy terrors. And then I take them out in public and people are like, oh my God, your kids are so wonderful. But at home, they act like shitheads. And I come to find out that that's normal. that your kids are supposed to be like that you are their safe space, and so they are going to naturally act worse around you than they do around other people. And even knowing that, I still am like, how do I get more calm, cool, and collected kids? And then I found out how she did it, and I'm not too thrilled about it. So I'm like, maybe it's a good thing I'm not a Michelle. Because I watched the Shiny Happy People or whatever it was called not long ago. And then doing this deep dive, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing that she can tell me that I don't already know, because I feel like I know a lot about the Duggar family. Turns out I'm wrong, that there is a lot that I didn't know, and it's really interesting. And so they do like a little synopsis of each episode, and then they do like a deep dive into things that were going on when it was filmed. So it started right before the oldest, Josh, got his sentence. He'd already gone through the trial, and he was just waiting for on the sentencing. And then they did an episode right after the sentencing happened. And then now they're doing background story stuff and stuff that happened in each episode. Like, this is what happened in the episode, and there's some background into some of the things that were going on behind the scenes. It's kind of cool to listen to, and it's oddly fascinating. Here I am trying to pull up an overlay that got stuck and then put it back down like it didn't happen. And you can notice on the sticker, it's just not super noticeable. There's just like this little stripe in the sticker now. But I thought it'd be fun to do a podcast. I've always wanted to do one. And I think that, at one point in time, sometime in the future, you guys actually might get a podcast from me, and I'm not sure if I want to say I'm sorry for that or you're welcome for that, because that can really go either way. And if that ever does happen, I'll let you guys know. I think that's all the random crap that's floating around in my head right now. I texted my family to let them know that I was filming, so hopefully they won't come barging in like they did last time. It looks like I'm about to start the day by day. I know I'm going to go back and write in the sidebar in a minute, and I almost forget the underlay. Do you have any idea how many times I do that? How many times I have to go back and put in the underlays because I forget to do it? I used to save these things. I was a little hoarder. I wanted to save all the pretty underlays and all the pretty boxes, and my dumbass has an entire envelope full of them now that I don't have any way of using because they all come with it now. So, or they don't match, or there's something off about it. I don't know. I'm going to have to, my daily planner that's going to be in the one I fill out every night when I'm done with my day. That's like my memory of what happened that day and what I use as a template for the planner that you're looking at right now. I'm going to have to end up using them all in there because I want to use them somewhere. So yeah, my dad's birthday was Monday the 26th. I don't remember how old he is. I know he's in his 60s. And I think he's in his early to mid 60s. I'd have to do the math. Thinking about it now, I think he's 65. That sounds right. He's born in 58 and it's 2023. So yeah, he's like 65. Cool beans. My dad has messed up my birthday every year since I was like 24. And he was like, happy 25th birthday. Stop adding years onto me. And he's like, why? And I was like, because you make me older, you make yourself older. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's been really trying ever since I gave him that little enlightening information. By the way, I'm old. You don't realize how old? I am old. And I still love playing with stickers and reading YA books. Woohoo! To those who don't change very much as they age. Alright, so I have not been journaling lately, which is what the top habit tracker is my journal. Have not been doing it. Why? I don't know, because I got lazy and because the journal wasn't fun to fill out. So I am going to try to find a new planner in order to do that with. I'm going to be doing a planner taste test, the first episode of which will be out soon, as I try new planners to try to find one that fits my lifestyle better and makes me happy. So far, I have two that have come in. One that I realized is not going to work for what I wanted it to work for. So that one got put away for later. And then the other one is the wrong size. It's more like the size of the boxes for the Happy Planner, which somebody told me, but it didn't click what that meant. Where technically these, the Erin Condren's the same way now. The boxes are the right width, but they're too long. And so the boxes don't fit in there correctly, but nobody really makes stickers for the Happy Planner. I know they're out there. I know you can go on Etsy and find them. But I have 3 different sticker subscriptions to places that don't make them that right size. So it bothers me that Erin Condren doesn't fit. And if I'm going to have a sticker that doesn't fit, I might as well have a planner that I like from a company that I approve of. So, whatevs. I'm going to start taste testing these, and I'm going to try to find one that has a journal option that works well for me. All right, so I'm back on Monday again. So like I said, Dad's birthday. I did laundry, but I did the folding, putting away part of laundry, not the washing part of laundry. So I put down fold stuff, which I love having the different ones. I mean, laundry basic. If I can't remember what I was doing and I had just have a laundry one down, that's fine. But I actually wrote down that I was folding and putting away stuff. So I actually used the fold stuff sticker. And then I made my whole bed because I am terrible about washing my sheets and blankets. Terrible. Like right now, I need to wash my sheets and blankets. And I know that because my dog has been laying on everything and my bed now is just faintly starting to smell like dog. And when it does that, it's time to change everything and wash it. But I don't do that enough. And so I actually wrote down that I made my bed because I was proud of myself. Because to be 100% honest, I do it in stages. I'll wash my blankets, and then like a week later, I'll wash my sheets. And then like a week later, I'll wash my pillowcases. Why do I not do it all at one time? Not a clue. But I don't. I do it in stages. And I actually did all of it at one time, and I was very proud of myself. I don't know why. I was. All right, and so YouTube takes up a lot of time. So doing things like vlogs and playing with me's and all this other stuff, it takes quite a bit of time. And I was writing down specifically what I was doing on each day for a long time. And then I realized I never actually wrote it down in my main planner like that. So what I started doing instead was writing down YouTube and then writing down which project I was working on. So like on Monday, I was working on my plan with me's and my vlog. I don't necessarily know what I did on that. I bet I could tell you by looking at my other planner. My other planner's got more details than this one does. And my other planner is also not pretty like this one is. So it's just stickers everywhere, which is why I opted for a bigger planner, because the one I was using is just, the stickers don't fit right. It was bothering me. All right. And then I worked, and Amazon's been real finicky lately. It's not, I don't even know how to describe what it's been doing lately. Right now, I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on the app, and I've got a bunch of different times, and they're all base price. But nobody's taking them. And so then they'll spike, but they won't spike until like 15 minutes before the shift, and I live 30 minutes away, so there's no way I can get to the shift in time. And I know it sounds callous of me to think that $75 for a 3-hour shift is not enough, but that 3-hour shift is only for the time that I'm at the facility. And that facility can take me as far north as Squim, which is 2 hours away, or as far south as Olympia, which again is 2 hours away. And so if I have to drive a half an hour to the facility, pick up all my stuff, and then it takes me all the way to Olympia, and then I have to get back from Olympia, it takes me more than 2 hours to get home from Olympia. And so basically I'm gone for like 6 hours driving the entire time. And then it costs me like $40 to fill my tank up. And I have a hybrid that's a plug-in hybrid. So I don't even pay for gas all the way to the facility because that's how long my battery lasts. It's just, it's frustrating, and I cannot reasonably afford to get paid such a small amount of money for the amount of driving I do and the amount of wear and tear on that poor car, because that poor car goes through so much. Priuses are little go, go, go girls. We named our Cynthia after the doll in Rugrats because that doll goes through some serious amounts of crap and she's still just trucking away. And that's what the car is. She goes through potholes and dirt roads and does all this, bumping around. And the poor girl just keeps on trucking. And I love that car for it. But I kind of want to get something that's a little bit higher off the ground because the amount of times I've heard the bottom of the car scrape because I hit a pothole wrong or I'm on a crappy road or something. But it's not worth the wear and tear of the car for me to only get paid $75. So this day I was a 4.5 hour shift and it was $157.50, which is decent. It's not great, but it's decent. The only problem with the 4.5 hour shifts is they normally take you farther away. But for them, Bainbridge Island is far away because it's like an hour from the facility, but it's only like a half hour from my house. So I'm like, hey, send me to Bainbridge. Please don't send me to Olympia. Whereas yesterday I ended up like 40 minutes away south from the Amazon facility, and then the Amazon facility is a half hour from my house. So I was like an hour and 15 minutes away from home by the time I finished my shift. And so even though I finished my shift a few minutes early, I didn't get home until after my shift would have been over. So yeah, no one said anything about it, but I do think that it makes me feel a little bit callous. All right, moving on to Tuesday because I'm somewhere in Tuesday, Wednesday category right now. I have not been sleeping very well and I had a very bad night's sleep. So I just put bad sleep in the yawning. I had one week where I had like every day was something. One day I didn't sleep at all. The next day I only slept for a few hours and then I crashed for a week. So, I mean, it's fun. So I slept badly on Tuesday and then on Tuesday morning I got up and did a shift. So knowing me, I probably tossed and turned half the time, which is why you'll see a lot of nap times following my shifts. And it's not because I'm over lazy. It's because I don't sleep well at night. I sleep better during the day. And I don't know why that is. I was told it's a trauma response from being an abused child that I feel safer when it's light time, when it's light outside because my abuse happened at night. So I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but whatever the reason is, I don't sleep well at night. I sleep better in the day. So I will 9 times out of 10 go to these morning shifts and then come home and sleep. So this shift was at 6:45, 9:45, 3 hours for $127. It says coffee please, which probably means Dutch Bros, which would be tea. But I don't have a tea sticker because almost no one makes tea stickers. They need to make more tea stickers. And then I did a workout. I did 5 minutes on the elliptical and 25 minutes of weights. We are terrible with the elliptical and have not done it for like a week. But we've been hiking. So to me, that's a good fair trade-off. And then I did a hair washing day, which I do about once or twice a week. And I put it off so long that I usually only do it about once a week. And I thought that it was cute to write it down. So I wrote it down. And then the last thing we did on Tuesday, which I haven't even gotten to yet because I'm not doing these in order at all, is no hard feelings. Me and my daughter decided to go to the movies together and got to see Jennifer Lawrence completely naked, kicking the crap out of somebody. Together, with me and my daughter. As my daughter would say, she did not go to the movies with me with the intention of seeing Jennifer Lawrence's bush. But that happened. It was very uncomfortable. And then we watched Red, White, and Royal Blue together. And they had a very intense sex scene, well, as intense as you can get when you're watching an Amazon Prime movie. And I turned and looked at her and I was like, is this better? And she just stares at me. She wouldn't even look at the screen. She just made like horrible eye contact with me during the entire scene. And I'm just like, this is why we didn't do that in No Hard Feelings, is because you couldn't see me at the theater. And she was like, no, I was still trying though. Y'all, my computer died. So I'm not positive what we were talking about. I think I was still on the No Hard Feelings thing. I did rewind a little bit to listen to the end of what had made it because I moved on to start talking about Wednesday and my computer just died. And then, of course, because I have a newer Mac Pro, it doesn't have the side like attachments. So I can't actually plug my mic into my computer without some help, which is super annoying. I have this adapter thing that I have to plug in, and apparently the charging cord does not fit in the adapter, so I had to take the adapter out in order to charge it. So I had to wait until it was charged before I could plug it back in. So now it is many hours later, and I'm home from the movies and going grocery shopping and eating, and it's now almost 11 o'clock at night, so we will see if this goes up tomorrow. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't take me too long to finish this, I should be able to still get it up tomorrow. So, back to planning. Wednesday, I did some YouTube, I did some book content, and some plan with me content. I'm not exactly positive what. I really should bring over my other planner so that way I have more in-depth information for you guys. But I only brought over the one that I'm decorating right now. So I'm literally laying in my bed right now with a mic sitting on my chest and my planner next to me and my computer propped up in my lap. You know, we do classy here. The next thing on my list was therapy. I was doing it bi-weekly for like 2 months there, but then my therapist decided to move. He got transferred to a place in South Korea, which was really exciting for him. And so I'm very happy for him, but it's a bummer because now I don't have a therapist. He tried to get me in touch with another therapist there at the hospital, but it's an older man, and I'm just not feeling having an old man as my therapist. So I am actively looking for a new one now. Because that's fun times, huh? And then at the end of Wednesday, I just had a couple little things. I did a Starbucks run, and if it says Starbucks, it's actually Starbucks. If it just says coffee, it's probably Dutch Bros. I need to do like a one of these sticker companies. A couple of them do like personalized script. I need to do one for Dutch Bros. And then I also went to the grocery store, which is what I did today. I actually have a meal planned out and went and got stuff for said meal plan. So these days in here, a couple of these days, I have almost a little bit too much for just one box, but not enough for two. So I kind of been squeezing stuff in, and I did leave a few things out on certain days. Like Thursday, Elise had an interview. We went to the gym and we went to Target. And those were just like the highlights of the day. I'm sure we did more than that. But some days you just don't. Like today is going to have a couple of things in there. It's going to have groceries and a movie and then working on the plan with me. But it's not going to have very much information on there because I really didn't do much today. And it seems like days that I don't work, I literally just do stuff around the house and or nothing at all. Which sometimes you just need a nothing day. And today was one of those days. Sadly, I still did stuff. And I keep looking for work for tomorrow, but nothing's popping up, which is just frustrating. Hopefully Amazon can get their act together and give us shifts again. So yes, I'm very, very slowly working on this. I didn't realize how slow I do these until I'm sitting here watching them like 3 times. So I go through and I do a basic edit, and then I go through and do the voiceover, and then I will go through and do bits and pieces of more just to double check to make sure everything sounds okay. But I don't really do a third edit. I just do like a bits and pieces here and there type of thing. And I've noticed that I work really slow when I'm not talking. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I do enjoy spending my time and just slowly working through the plans. I will cut out any like dead time. Oh, look, I finished a sheet. I'll cut out any dead time because there's times where I'll just think about the stickers that I want to put down, and I'll literally sit there still for like 3 minutes, and I cut all those pieces out because I don't think you want to just watch me sit there still for 3 minutes. I'm terrible at keeping you guys in frame anyways. Plus, I moved desks, and so I haven't quite figured out how to set the camera up. At the very beginning of this one, I could actually, I don't know what it's doing. It's been so good about not losing focus like that since I started using the marble top instead of my desktop. But apparently it still does that occasionally. I'm also in a new area. I'm upstairs at my desk instead of downstairs on the floor. I have this little coffee end table thing that I've been using for years. Every single plan with me that you've ever seen on this channel has been with me filming on that little table until now. Now I'm filming at an actual desk, sitting in an actual chair, and I even went through and I planned everything out. Like I went and looked at my stuff, figured out what was going on for the week, and then actually pulled stickers so that I wouldn't have to be like trying to figure it out on the fly. I don't think I've ever been this organized for a plan with me. I can't guarantee I'll ever be this organized again, but when I was sitting on the floor, it was just easier to not have to deal with pre-planning when I just had stickers surrounding me. And now that I'm at a desk, I have less room for that. I thought I took out all the long pauses, but apparently I did not. Okay, so let's move on to Friday since I'm about halfway through Friday now and I talk too fast and I write too slow, so I will catch up with myself. So it was Lisa's birthday. If you were wondering just how old I am, my daughter, who's my baby, is 19. Yes, I started very, very young. I am a teen mom. What is that word for that? Well, are you always a teen mom or is it, how does that work? But my daughter is now older than I was when I started having kids. So for her, before her birthday really got going, I went and I did a shift first thing in the morning to just get it out of the way. And she woke up right about the same time that I was getting ready to come home. I think I was on my last stop. Oh my gosh, that day was so scary. I'm driving along and I live in kind of a rural-ish area, and it's not uncommon to have lots of wild animals around. And I'm driving down the street, and this gigantic raccoon, I'm talking the size of a small to medium-sized dog, jumps out of the bushes and just rails across the road. And I'm just like, oh my God. I slammed on my brakes to try not to hit this thing. I didn't hit it because not only would I have killed the poor raccoon, but I would have done some serious damage to my husband's car. But I stopped in time, and I'm talking to her while I'm doing it. So I scared the bejesus out of her because all she hears is me scream and slam on the brakes and doesn't hear anything else. I'm trying to show her how big this raccoon was. I'm talking like this raccoon's probably 40 pounds. It was huge. It was probably as big as my dog. I'll be real here. I have a husky mix who is about 50 pounds, and he's a small husky, but he's still a husky. And yeah, big raccoon. So after I finished that, I went and I picked her up, and we went down to this place called the Waffle Stop. It does like a lot of chicken and waffle type of things, and we had breakfast there together. And then we went to the mall and did a bunch of shopping. We went through a ton of different stores, bought a lot of little stuff. She got a necklace for her birthday that I bought her, and then we went through like Hot Topic and this cute little store that's right next door to Hot Topic that's got a lot of kitschy stuff in it. We went to Box Lunch and Barnes and Noble and just a ton of different places, and had a little mall shopping day. In my other planner, I wrote down every place we went, and this one I just wrote down shopping because I didn't have a lot of room. And then we went to the grocery store and then went home and just kind of had a chill night together, the two of us. Me and Elise are very much a feast or famine type of people. We either get along wonderfully or we want to claw each other's eyes out. So today was a bit of both. And luckily her birthday was pretty good. We got along really well. And then on Saturday, I started out the morning early by doing an at-home workout and then going for a 1 mile walk with my puppy because the entire day was set aside for a tattoo. This was her second tattoo. She got the leaf vine moth motif thing from Last of Us. The main character has this big tattoo on her arm, and now my daughter does too. So she's got a tattoo on each of her forearms now. And I mean, she's 19 and she has 2 tattoos, and I'm like, man, you're well on your way. And so of course she's teasing her brother now because her oldest brother only has the 1 tattoo that we got as a family. And she's like, how does it feel to be the only person in the house with only 1 tattoo? He just glares at her. It's kind of funny, kind of mean. Yeah. All right. So she kind of had like a festive 3-day birthday thing going here. She did get a job recently, and I don't know if it was that job interview on Thursday or if it was a different one. But she's having a hard time getting started with the job. They're doing her background check, and her background check just isn't coming back. Which is funny because child has literally done nothing wrong. At least not to the outside world, just to me. Then on Sunday was an eventful day. My husband came home from deployment. He'd been gone since just after Thanksgiving. He did come home temporarily to help take care of me with my surgery. But then he went right back to the ship again. So yeah, they left end of November and came back the very beginning of July. It was nice to get him home. But I had the entire day before he actually got home because he didn't get home until like 10:30 at night. So I put it at the top with one of my little military girls. Even though I know that the military girl is the wrong uniform, we don't seem to have one that has a correct uniform on. So I mean, I half tempted to message Elle and be like, can you make a navy one since you have like the wrong fatigue type? But nobody else really cares except for those of us who actually know. So that morning I did a shift. I did a 3-hour shift for 1:15, and like I said, I'm still looking and there's nothing here. So we have shifts ranging from 3:15 to 6:45, but they're all at base. So I did a shift and then I came home, did my workout, which was 10 minutes on the elliptical and then 35-minute weights. I changed over to fresh body parts, so I'll get like a 1 upper body muscle and then 1 lower body muscle. I'm not a huge fan of my app though, so if you guys have a better app, if you guys have an app that you would suggest, let me know, because I definitely need a new workout app. The one I have is okay, it's just not great. Sorry, trying to fight the yawns. We're almost done. Must fight the rest of the yawns. Okay, so after the workout, I went back to sewing, and I was working on the bottom back of the blanket. So I have the quilt top is done, and now I'm just working on the back before I can make like the full quilt sandwich. And I have the main part of that done, and now that my husband's gone, I will be able to finish the rest of it. I just have not done it yet. And then I put a YouTube sticker down. Again, don't know what I was doing because that's in my other planner. So note to self, next time you do a plan with me voiceover, you're going to go get your both planners so you can see what each planner says, that you're better informed. So yeah, hopefully this will go up in time. I don't see why it wouldn't. And I apologize if you can hear my animals or my fan in the background. And I will let you guys talk to the other me now.
Okay guys, so that is the end of this plan with me. I think it turned out really cute. Hopefully Elise likes it. I'll get her opinion of it in a minute. I have part of like this little extra page left. I've got most of these left. A few glitter headers, some fashion girls, all the deco, a couple other fashion girls. Lots of fashion girls in this one. Some extras. I'm not sure what to do with this box, so I didn't use it. And then we have, this page is mostly done. I don't use these ones. I don't get those ones personally. And then I used quite a few of the little boxes. This I was going to like keep completely intact and then put it away, but I wasn't thinking about it and used one. Even though I have an entire page of the other ones, so. And then I have two little birthday ones left. The date dots and circles. And then some of the overlays. Some underlays. Some more overlays. And then like there's the glittery stuff. So that's everything. I hope you enjoyed, and I think it turned out super cute. What do you think? Bye.